If you ever dreamed of space travel, you might want to reconsider once you hear how you'd meet your death on each planet in the solar system. Traveling without a spacesuit to these harsh alien environments would be a death sentence, but it's fascinating to explore just how each planet would uniquely end your life. Let's take a tour of our neighboring planets and explore how you'd die on each planet. Let's skip Earth because we all know how that ends. Spoiler, we will all eventually die on Earth, unless Elon Musk actually starts to send humans on Mars instead of his electric cars. Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun, is a place where extreme temperatures define its hostile nature. By day, it bakes under a blazing 430 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. On this side, the lack of atmosphere means there's nothing to shield you from the sun's constant blast. The heat would cause your bodily fluids to boil away almost immediately, leaving you with a crisp, mummified skin in minutes. On the night side, things are equally bad, but in the opposite way. Temperatures drop to a bone-chilling minus 180 degrees Celsius. You'd freeze solid in moments, turning into a human ice sculpture. If you stood in the Terminator zone, the area where night meets day, temperatures might be slightly more bearable at around minus 100 degrees Celsius, but you'd still die from exposure or lack of oxygen. Decomposition wouldn't be much of a concern here. Without air, bacteria that help break down a body can't survive, leaving you perfectly preserved, either burnt to a crisp or frozen in a chilling throughout eternity. Venus is often called Earth's evil twin, but don't let the similarities between the two planets fool you. Despite being similar in size and gravity, Venus is a horrific world that would kill you in multiple ways within moments of arriving. The most immediate threat comes from the planet's incredibly thick atmosphere, which is 90 times denser than Earth's. To put that into perspective, the pressure on the surface of Venus is equivalent to being 1,000 meters underwater on Earth. If you were to stand on Venus without protection, the immense pressure would crush you instantly. It would feel like the entire weight of an ocean was pushing down on every part of your body at once. You wouldn't even have time to process the crushing force. It would all be over in less than a second. As if that weren't bad enough, Venus's atmosphere is made mostly of carbon dioxide, with clouds of sulfuric acid hanging in the sky. The acid doesn't just sit there, it rains down, burning through anything it touches. Your skin, eyes, and lungs would be attacked by this acidic rain if you somehow managed to survive the crushing pressure for more than a second. The acid would quickly dissolve your flesh, causing unimaginable pain before dissolving your body entirely. Mars is often considered the most livable planet after Earth, especially with all the talk of colonization. Elon Musk has made it his personal mission to get us there, but the truth is, living on Mars would be more like featuring in a horror movie. It might not kill you as fast as Venus or Mercury, but it's still a one-way ticket to death. First, let's talk about the air, or rather, the lack of it. The Martian atmosphere is 95% carbon dioxide with barely any oxygen, so the first issue you'd face is suffocation. Sorry, Elon, but no amount of futuristic space cities will help when there's no oxygen around. Now, even if by some miracle you had a helmet with an oxygen supply, the planet has another nasty trick up its sleeve: radiation. Mars doesn't have a protective magnetic field like Earth, so its thin atmosphere offers no defense against cosmic rays and solar radiation. Now, what happens after you die? Decomposition as we know it won't happen on Mars. The environment is so dry and cold that bacteria, which normally break down bodies on Earth, can't survive. Instead, the Martian desert air would mummify you, preserving your body for eternity. Moving outwards, we come to Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. While it's famous for its colorful clouds and giant red storms, Jupiter lacks a solid surface to stand on. If you attempted to land, you'd simply fall deeper and deeper into the gas giant's atmosphere, which consists mostly of hydrogen and helium. As you descended, the atmospheric pressure would increase dramatically. At first, it would feel like being deep underwater, but very soon, the pressure would become so extreme that it would crush you into a pudding. You wouldn't even get close to the core before your body was squashed beyond recognition. The immense gravity, about 2.5 times stronger than Earth's, would stretch your body, adding to the horrific disfigurement. In Jupiter's dense atmosphere, your body would be broken down before you had a chance to decompose. Saturn, like Jupiter, is a gas giant with no solid surface to stand on. However, Saturn's beauty, particularly its iconic rings, hides its deadly nature. As you fall through its atmosphere, you'll be exposed to the same intense pressures that would crush you on Jupiter. You wouldn't even have time to admire the rings up close before the crushing force destroyed your body. Saturn's atmosphere is also home to some of the most violent storms in the solar system, with winds reaching speeds of 1,800 kilometers per hour. These would tear you apart long before you reached the crushing depths. And like Jupiter, there's no solid ground, so your body would eventually be swallowed by the planet's massive vaporous layers. Again, decomposition wouldn't be a concern since you would be completely wiped away. Uranus, the sideways planet due to its unique tilt, is another gas giant, but its real danger lies in the extreme cold. Temperatures on Uranus can drop to minus 224 degrees Celsius, making it the coldest planet in the solar system. The cold alone would freeze your body almost instantly, crystallizing your blood and tissues. But the cold isn't the only thing to worry about. Uranus also has powerful winds that blow at 900 kilometers per hour. These winds would tear your frozen body apart in seconds. After death, the freezing environment would preserve your remains, but the lack of bacteria and oxygen would pause decomposition entirely. You'd stay frozen and suspended in the atmosphere for millions of years, unless an alien finds a place for you outside its house as a gnome. Neptune is another gas giant, and like Uranus, it is incredibly cold. But what really sets Neptune apart are its violent winds, which can blow faster than the speed of sound, reaching up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. These winds would rip you to pieces long before you got anywhere near the planet's core. Neptune also radiates the intriguing yet deadly phenomenon of diamond rain. The high pressure deep in Neptune's atmosphere forces carbon atoms into diamond-like structures which fall toward the planet's core. While being torn apart by winds, you could also be swarmed by these falling diamonds. After death, there'd be no decomposition in this freezing, hostile environment. Instead, your remains would be destroyed and iced out with all those diamonds flowing around. Though no longer classified as a major planet, Pluto is still a fascinating and deadly place to visit. With surface temperatures hovering around minus 240 degrees Celsius, the cold would freeze you in seconds. The icy surface is so far away from the sun that sunlight is weak, providing little warmth. Without an atmosphere to protect you, you'd die from asphyxiation almost immediately. Even after death, your body would remain in a state of perfect preservation, frozen solid in the endless dark of Pluto's long winters. No bacteria or scavengers exist here to break you down, so your body could remain frozen and intact for millions, if not billions, of years. In conclusion, space is a beautiful but deadly place. Each planet offers its own unique and horrifying way to die, whether by burning, freezing, crushing, or being torn apart by violent winds. The human body, designed for Earth's perfect balance of temperature, pressure, and atmosphere, simply stands no chance on any other planet in our solar system. If you've ever fantasized about hopping from one planet to another, it might be best to keep those adventures limited to science fiction. For now, Earth is the only place where we can survive, so enjoy its warm sun and breathable air while you can.